All right, so welcome to the continuation of our class where we stopped it. And so, what I'm going to do now is to change this our title, which is showing right here. So, if I change it, save it using my Control S on the keyboard, then you will see that this page is going to refresh itself, and that is the work of the Live Server extension we installed. So, I'm going to call this boilerplate. Then all right, you see that it has reflected automatically. Okay, now before I go on to write other codes, I would like to explain something about this HTML arrangement. It's one thing that if you understand it very well, it will help you a lot, because it will create a mental picture of the building blocks or of the arrangement of HTML elements on a website. Now I'm going to show us a picture here. I got this picture from the internet, and I think it's very useful for me to explain what I want to explain right now. This picture is illustrating how HTML elements are nested inside each other. Nested simply means that they are residing inside one another. Here we have HTML, which is the parent or the root element. The root element is the one that have the largest box. So every other thing is living inside the root element. Inside the root element, we have the head element. Inside the root element, we also have this body element. So in the body element, I've said, is where we have the website content, the things that we see on the website. While in the head element, we have the title element and all other metadata that do not show on the web page. So, and you can see that every element is a box. Every element that you are seeing here is a box. It's a box because all of them is inside a container. There is a container that is carrying all of them. You see the title, you see the head. So, but all this I'm going to illustrate and demonstrate it for us in more details. Now, let me also go back to a website and inspect it. This web page here. When I inspect this, I'm going to show you how all the elements are nested inside one another. This is the parent elements, and then I'm going to collapse this. So you see that aside all these contents that you are seeing here, if I should delete all these contents, you will see that the parent folder is this HTML. You see, is the one up and down. The head is inside. Inside the head, we have a lot of information because this is a live website. But none of this information is showing on the website. All right. Now, after the head, which is residing inside the parent HTML, you have the body. Now, inside the body, you have so many things that is showing. And if you hover on any element, it will highlight it on the actual web page. So you see this wrapper, you see hero, row, all these things that you are seeing, they are carrying other things inside. All right, so that is how elements are nested inside each other. That is how HTML elements are arranged. I want you to have this in mind so that even when we get to styling our HTML elements, you'll be able to know how to manipulate anyone that you just want to manipulate. So right now, what we want to create is what we call headings in HTML. We are going to consider HTML headings. If you are writing an article it's advised that you segment your articles with subheadings so that anybody who is reading, when he or she glances through your subheadings, they will have an idea of what the body is all about. So headings gives importance to our article that we are writing. The same thing applicable to web development. So when you are using headings in your website, you need to consider the order of arranging headings, because the largest and the first heading carries the most important part of an article or a document. So in HTML, we have headings 1 to 6. Headings 1 to 6. The H stands for heading, and then number 1 to 6 stands for the sizes of the headings. So 1 stands for the largest size, while the number 6 stands for the least size. If you want to create heading 1, you just type H1, press enter, and then you type the content in between, heading 1, and you see that we have heading 1 on our browser. Now, if I inspect this, you will see that our heading 1 is residing inside the body. This is the body, and this is our heading 1. All right, so there is nothing else inside the page. I can see it here. When I hover on it, it is highlighting the heading 1 that we just injected. Now, if we want to create a paragraph, we all know what a paragraph is. In HTML, P is used to represent paragraph, and for you to create paragraph elements, you just type letter P, press enter, and then you type in the content that you want. All right, but for the sake of time, we are going to use a demo content known as lorem ipsum. So if you type lorem, you press enter, it will generate a text for you, a demo text that you can use for the purpose of this training. So we have our paragraph that is here, heading 1, paragraph. All right, so let's take for example that I want to rename this to parts of the body. All right, so let's assume that our first heading is part of the body, and then this paragraph is explaining what part of the body is. Before we continue, very quickly, I want to solve a problem here. You see that the paragraph, my text is hiding under this place, is overflowing the border. So if I want to see the end of my paragraph, I need to scroll like this. That is distracting, and it is not good. It makes the whole thing to be tiring, you understand? So I want us to have all our code to display within the windows that we have. So for you to solve this problem, you click on this setting icon, click on settings, and then search for wrap. Just type wrap. You're going to see word wrap. Click on off and then select on. All right, so you see that all our code is now wrapped within the space that we have. All right, and it does not affect what is displayed on the browser. So in case you are having the issue of scrolling left and right to change one or two things, you can just do that to have a more comfortable environment to work. So we have created our heading 1. Let me take it back to what it was. We have our heading 1, and then now I'm going down to create heading 2, H2. Then I'm going to call it heading 2. Then under the heading 2, I will also put my paragraph with demo text, P, enter, lorem, enter, and then we have heading 2 and then paragraph. So I'm going to allow you pause this video and then create the remaining heading 3, heading 4, 5 and 6 with a paragraph under each of them. Pause this video and then take some minutes to put them down. I believe at this point you can create headings and paragraphs with HTML. So if you were able to carry out that activity, then kudos for you. But if you are not able to do it, let me just walk you through. This is heading 3. And then we have the paragraph. Now I can copy like this, paste. I'll hold down my Alt key. If I hold, I'll click these 3 Alts, then click here again. I'll change all of them at the same time. Press 4, and that is it. I'll paste again. Press here, click here, which is after the 3. Hold down my Alt key, click here again, delete, put 5. And then we have the last one. I'm going to paste, click here, hold down the Alt key, click here again, delete and put 6. So you can see now I have my heading 1 to 6. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. That is awesome. So you can now practice on your own on how to create headings and paragraphs. All right, I'm also going to cut this video here so that it won't be so long for you to watch. You know, sometimes videos, when they are so long, it discourages us from following. So I'm going to pause it here. Then in our next video, we will now continue with our class. See you guys